Hi guys. So in this question, we need to find the longest balanced substring. So basically, there is a string S is given to you, and all in this string S, all the English characters are in lowercase. Okay. So and we need to find a substring. If you guys are not know what's a substring, so substring is a contiguous non-empty sequence of characters within a string. For example, AB. AB is a substring because it's a contiguous, non-empty subsequence. If you will say like, okay, AB and AC, AB AC is a substring or not? No, it's not a substring because it's not a contiguous. Substring is a contiguous part of your string. Okay, so we need to find the balanced substring, and what's the definition of balanced is. So if all the distinct characters in the substring appear the same number of times. Okay, so let's say there A B A. This is your substring. And how many distinct characters are there? There are two distinct characters, A and B. So the frequency, the number of times A is comes two times A comes and two times B come. So the frequency are matching for all distinct characters A and B. So it's a balanced substring. But if we talk about the entire string, so there are three distinct characters A, B, and C. So the number of distinct characters in that string is A, B, and C, and the frequency of A is 2, the frequency of B is 2, and the frequency of C is 1. So all should be matched because because C is not matching, so it's not a balanced substring. So in this question, we need to return the longest length of the balanced substring. Okay. So here I'll explain you in our my approach also. After that, we'll code.
If your given substring is fine, like it's a balanced substring, then we'll count that length of that substring in our answer, otherwise not. So how can we tell that, how can we find that the substring is valid or not? For finding this, like there is a condition is given in that all the characters are in English letters, lowercase English letters. So lowercase English letters. So we already know that there are only 26 alphabets in our lowercase in English characters. So we can create our 26 length, the length of 26 characters, uh, and count the frequency of your characters which are in your substring. For example, I can say there is a substring A, B, B, A, C. So, how many characters are there in that strings? How many characters A? So, what I'll do is there is a 26 length vector, or you can say array. It's an array which is the length of is 26. So what you can do is, if you find that eighth is a character which came into your substring, so go to the zeroth index and increase the value by 1. Okay, so it increases by 1. And B is the second character. We know that B, we can increase the value of bth character for 1. Again we find the bth character, so for this we'll increase this by 2, and for A we'll increase this by 2, and for C we'll increase this by only 1. So by seeing this, what we can say is, if the all the indices values are matching, then this is a valid substring. Otherwise it's not a valid substring, like it's not a balanced substring. So so it's pretty simple now. How can we find that the substring is balanced or not? I'll initiate that loop from the starting index 0 till end, and I'll say that okay, I'll take the first non-zero value. It's 2. So all values should be the matching value, like 2. So all the distinct characters have the same value. After that, I'll initiate that loop, and if any index is not matching with that value, we can say like it's not a valid substring, right? So I'll show you in the code. So basically, this is the approach, and I'll explain you in our code also, where you got the clear idea from this.
Solving this, there is a hint given to you. All the characters are in lowercase English letters. Okay. So what will be the my approach for solving this? My approach will be I'll count each substring. I'll check each substring. If it is a valid, I'll count it in my answer. Otherwise, I'll not count. Okay. So let me show you. First, I'll count the length of my string s, and I am what I'll do is first I'll create each substring. So for creating the each substring, we already know we use the in nested loop technique where we are going to generate each substring, right? But what's the hint there? So basically, we know that there is a uh, all the English letters are in lowercase. So we know that there is a only 26 letters in our alphabet which in lowercase. So I'll create the frequency array of that substring, right? I'll count how many times A come in my substring, how many times B comes in my substring, how many times C comes in my substring, right? So what I'll do is I'll create a vector array for each substring, which should be 26 characters long, right? And for each character, I'll increase the frequency of that character. And I know. So what I did is here is why I did sj minus a. So I know that there are 26 characters in my array. So sj, let's say your sj value is c, right? So c minus a. C minus a, the value will be given to you. A minus A is 0, B minus A is 1, and C minus A is 3. So you'll go to that third index and you'll increase the value by 1. So here I'm doing nothing. I'm creating the frequency array of my generated string. Frequency array, right? And for each update, I'll call my solve function and ask him like for that value, like I increases the value like for in when I initiated, I'll increase the value by 1 for eighth character, right? So I'll say that okay, check that all your distinct characters value should be same. So I'll go there and I'll also send this value to them. If it is okay, if this solve function say like yeah, your string is balanced, then uh I'll count this length to my answer, right? And after that I'll return that answer. And how can we create that solve function? It's also a simple thing. in t. Why I'm accepting this t value? It's what I'll do is I'll check in my frequency array either the value should be 0 or the value should match to the tth value. Like I increases the frequency of a. So it if the frequency of a is 1, so all the distinct characters have the frequency either 1 or 0. Either it should be in your string or it's entirely it's not in your string. So I'll create a loop from 0 to 26 characters and I'll check if your frequency value either should be if it is not equals to 0. If it's not equals to 0 and your frequency value this if it is not equals to 0, which means that characters comes in your substring. So the frequency of that character should match to your teeth value, like eighth character or bth character, which you increases in the previous run. Uh, if it is not matching, what we can say? We can say like, no, it's not a balanced substring. Otherwise, all the distinct characters frequency are matching. You'll return here like, yes, it's a valid substring. And you'll you are also updating your value in your answer. After that, you are returning your answer. I think it will be submit. Yeah, it's submitted. It's accepted. Thank you guys.